Hi, everybody. Thank you for
Are we
joining
live? Yes,
us.
we
Sorry
are.
we're a few minutes late. Hi, Larry.
We are doing a live stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays at 11 Eastern, which is 10 Central, and that would be 8 Pacific Standard Time. Is Patty here? I didn't see Pat a comment from Patty. Huh. I don't know. I could just be not seeing it. How are you tonight, Jen?
Oh, I'm doing a little bit better than I was earlier today. I've been having a few problems with my blood sugar and my blood pressure the last days. So
I'm sorry, Jen.
tomorrow, I'm getting to post the StreamYard link in just a moment.
Okay. Yes, we know, Larry. It's on YouTube. I'm confused. What's the issue there? It's on the YouTube feed. I'm confused.
Oh, this is taking forever to load. There it goes.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to post this on YouTube or on my Discord channel and see if anybody happens to see it. I don't know. I don't think anybody else is going tonight. It may just be a slower night. I don't know. That and we just started, so let's see. Wait, Patty's statement was listed in the top chat, disappears when I go to live chat. Weird. Oh, Adele is on right now. Got it. Yeah, Adele goes whenever the heck she wants to go, whatever. I never saw Patty comment. Weird. You're only doing the YouTube URL, not the actual StreamYard URL, Jen. I don't know if you care, but I'm just letting you know.
No. Yard. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here we go. That's the right one.
Hey, Jen, are you on YouTube by chance?
Yes.
Okay, give me one moment then.
Why is that not playing?
It's pinned. No, it isn't. I see your comment, but it's not pinned, right? As of right now. Larry says, pin it, baby, pin it. Pin it, baby,
I see
pin
it.
it.
There we
I
go.
don't know who's in here, but I don't know.
There we go. And now it should be all set up.
Awesome, thank you. Mine still shows YouTube, but I have not refreshed, so let's see. Larry, hello. Yeah, it still shows that it's a
Hi, Larry.
YouTube.
There we go.
StreamYard. Jen?
Hi, kids.
Jen?
Press your screen,
I just did.
because that's the only way he could have got it.
Oh, that's a good point. No, because he can get it without having it pinned. It's not pinned.
It's not pinned.
YouTube is. StreamYard is not.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I'm
Hi,
not
Kevin.
trying to be difficult.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
How are you? I'm doing good. Yourself?
A little bit tired, but not too bad. I've been chatting with Jen. It's been nice.
She's nice to chat to. And with.
Well, especially when we can talk crap about you and you're not around.
Oh, yeah.
Always fun.
I'm not too worried about that. She's keeping me around.
You should be.
Hmm.
I did not put myself in timeout.
What?
YouTube just timed me out.
How do you time yourself out, woman?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That is-
YouTube did.
Wait, YouTube timed you out, or you timed yourself out?
I don't know how she did that.
Neither do I.
Timed me out. I was trying to pin a message and it wouldn't let me.
Can I dismiss?
Ah. Well, I would help, but I am not. I don't think I have your account, so I can't, or your YouTube
No.
account. Otherwise, I might. Oh, well, whatever. But yeah, that's weird. So Adele's going right now, Larry? Is there a reason why Larry can't hear me?
Well, he can hear
Larry.
you. He's just not attention.
No, I don't think he can hear. Larry, can you hear me?
Larry, you're.
Larry, you're
We
muted.
can't hear you, Larry.
Larry. What is he doing?
I don't know. Keep the stream. It's all his fault.
Oh, what the hell's going on here? Keeps cutting out my headset.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, weird.
Keep my headphone kit turning off. Charged up.
Weird. Don't know why. That's very odd.
It's got to be something Jen did. Okay, you deleted the StreamYard message.
Yep, I'm hoping if I unpin everything.
Yeah.
That shouldn't matter. I don't know.
And re-add it. And repin it.
What have you guys been doing tonight?
Well, I went to work. Before that, when she took her nap, I went to my gaming.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Well, we survived.
Wait, thank you, Jen. You survived?
Yeah.
Yes, I survived. It was a good thing.
Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a couple of weeks. It was interesting. I got put basically in a bubble that I couldn't get out of. A force bubble. So my character just had to stand there for 10 minutes while the other players had to fight the enemy.
Huh.
Because the enemy put this wall, this invisible sphere around me that I couldn't get out of. I could breathe through it, so I wasn't going to suffocate or anything. But I just sat there, I just stood there going, I can't do anything. I'm the archer, and I couldn't shoot it. It was flying around, and I'm like, damn.
Oh.
And we finally had
Well,
somebody get
every
a... What?
hello to while I was, well, to everyone whom I was saying hello to while I was messing around with technical difficulties. Thank you for joining us.
Is anybody else on? Say hello, people. Hi, people. I'm here. So you gotta say hello now. It's
Why?
a requirement.
Because when we're here,
It's
you
regulations.
don't have to, but when Larry comes on, you have to say hello? Is that how it works?
Yes, I think so. That's how it
Okay,
works.
got it. Sorry, I didn't get that memo, apparently.
Ah, well, that's funny, because you do it. So you must have gotten the memo. At some point, you probably forgot about that you got it, but you do it.
Yeah, I don't know
Hopefully we'll
if
get some people.
I don't know if I have new Cleafid babies or somehow or another I accidentally transferred Endler babies to their tank.
Uh-oh. But we get to see the blue line wrasse, so that's cool. It's Zip.
Yes, I know you like
Touch
yourself
in the
a lot
back.
of new show.
Okay, I can usually see how many people are in a live stream, but for some reason I'm not able to see it on here.
It's telling me 4 or what?
It's 4 now.
So 3 of us, and somebody's lurking.
Probably the moderator.
A moderator. Ooh. Ah. Oh.
Yeah, that one that timed me out.
Oh.
Oh, so you didn't time yourself out? It was somebody else?
You timed me out because I
Oh.
was trying to do the link too many times in too short of a period.
Huh.
Oh.
You know how they like to control chat so that we don't chat stock a stream.
Hello, moderator. Welcome. Say hi. You're welcome to talk to us. We're silly people who like to talk about fish tanks, aquariums.
No, I'm surprised that a lot of people aren't here if Adele is running.
Right.
What?
I said I'm
Since
not
Adele is...
surprised a lot of people aren't here because Adele's running.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of want
there's
to get.
like only 8
We'll see.
people who were on her stream, so she wasn't very busy. I went on for a moment, said hello. I'm waiting for Jen and Kevin's stream to start. They said hi back, and then I came over here. I didn't even say goodbye to them. I'm a bad friend. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. No, I better not hit myself. Jen will get ideas.
Too
No,
late for
Jen, I
that.
don't like that sort of stuff.
Wait.
And no, I will
what?
not put on fishnets.
Yourself, but what about me hit you?
Wait,
No.
Adele's collaboration of curiosities. I
Correct.
don't see
Correct.
it though.
I
I
saw
don't see
her
it. Oh, 9 watching right now. Arvo Hangout. I don't know what Arvo is, but okay.
I don't know.
Oh, Travis is up with her.
Travis and Dennis.
Yeah, she's got some people in there.
Let's
Surprisingly,
see.
a decent amount.
Griffin, JRB, Patty, Zen
Sorry,
Ginger,
we're video stalking
Edie,
apparently.
the usual
Freaky
suspects.
Fish Lady. I don't usually see her.
That's Holly. I see her all the time. Keep scrolling.
BJ.
Oh, Deborah's in here.
Deborah Didi. Oh well.
Oh wow, she's modded everybody.
Yes, she does that.
Yeah, I did not. I did for one stream, but then I decided not to because I
Hey,
can't
Stephanie.
see well enough, and I need people to help me. So I only want people that.
Stephanie.
What?
Stephanie's
We have a
here.
guest.
Oh, hi, Stephanie Dowdy. Oh, Dominguez. Hello, Stephanie Dominguez. I am so sorry. I
We're
can't
doing
see the
good.
bottom
How
of
are
my
you?
screen. That's where you. Not too bad, Stephanie. How are you doing?
As you can see, I need to get into that saltwater tank and scrub the glass better.
Yeah, a little bit, but you're doing good. That sea cucumber's still alive.
Yep, I cleaned a lot of algae off the other day.
Ah,
I actually scrubbed it off with a toothbrush.
good. Good,
And
good,
we
good.
are going to be streaming every. What do we say? We're streaming Friday
4 days a week,
through
5 days a week.
I've been
Friday through Tuesday, and we are going to be streaming on my channel and Jen's channel. 2 days out of the week we're streaming on mine. 2 days out of the week we're streaming on hers, and then we're going to either switch off or stream to both accounts. We haven't quite decided on that last part, but we are planning on streaming every week, and those 5 days, and we are going to be streaming at what time again, Jen? What time do we say?
well,
11 your time. 11 Eastern Standard Time.
Saturday through Thursday 11. But I think we decided we were going to change the Friday start time.
Oh yeah, to half an hour later. You're right.
So you're always going to be on while I'm at work.
No.
Your mic went out again.
No.
You normally have days off, so you could definitely be there for Friday those.
Yeah, once the other girl comes back to work.
And we normally run for about 3 hours, so you would be catching at least the last hour of all the other streams.
Okay. I was worried I was going to miss it. And we need to have plenty of time for Stephanie to come on. Stephanie, are you a long-term fish keeper, or are you new to the hobby? I'm new to the hobby. As you could probably tell since I have no tanks. Kinda quarter owner of 23 tanks, but hey.
Well, no, remember, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Okay, so I'm 1/10 owner of 23 tanks. Does that mean I own 2.3 tanks?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that.
Have you caught the multiple tank syndrome yet?
I think after the 5th, I think that was what, 20 tanks ago. So yes, I think so.
Well, yeah, Kevin. We know. I was asking Stephanie.
Oh.
I know you've caught multiple tank syndrome. You always talking about wanting more and more tanks.
I thought you were talking about Jen.
Oh no, Jen definitely has multiple tank syndrome. There's yeah, she got that a while ago. She got that when she started dating me.
That's awesome.
Hey, Geek Boy, how's it going?
Well, I had it before I started dating you.
You had 8 tanks.
When we got together, we had one up and running.
Which it turns out was your ex's tank.
Okay, Stephanie, what size tanks and what type of fish? What type of fish do you have stocked, and what's your favorite type of fish? Either that you have or want to keep.
If you don't mind us asking.
If you don't mind me being a little bit nosy.
Yeah, Drill Sergeant Kevin here.
Hey.
I started it, you know.
Hope you're having a good morning, Geek Boy.
Oh, good morning, Geek Boy.
Oh, you didn't realize Geek Boy was in here. I'm sorry.
I think he just stopped in.
He just got here, yes. Kevin and I already said hello to him. You missed that.
She's doing a great job of paying attention to.
Korea's ready nose tetras and some amano shrimp.
Nice. I like that. My first tank was a 20. Nice.
What kind of quarries?
I like quarries. Although I know who is it? Pose Aquatics doesn't, because they eat her shrimp and fry, but I like quarries.
What were the first quarries we had? The Meldina?
Oh my gosh, Stephanie, I am jealous. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. You have a 75. I have a 75 with ranchus and bristlenose pleco. Gotcha. They're bronze quarries. Nice. That's awesome. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear it, but my doggo is munching on a bone. So
Yeah, we hear it slightly in the background.
Oh, is that
Right.
what that sound was that you were trying to figure out what was making noise earlier?
I don't think so. No, it's another noise. It was another noise.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he's eating his bone, so it wasn't that. It was something else, but I don't know what it was.
It wasn't me either. I finished eating my bone. Wait, that didn't sound right.
I know people say you can't have goldfish with plecos, but they say, and that's what matters, Stephanie. A lot of people will tell you a lot of different things that you can't keep with other things, so on and so forth. But it really depends on fish to fish, what behavior they have, how they interact. So as long as you're monitoring and keeping an eye on them, you're fine.
Yeah.
And
The only issue I've ever really heard of goldfish being with plecos is that sometimes the plecos like the slime that's on the goldfish. But other than that, if you're keeping them well fed, they shouldn't develop a liking for it.
oh, so it seems like Stephanie likes tetras. Nice. Wait, I'm con- oh,
You're always
did
confused.
she say what her? That's true. So her first tank was a 20 that had quarries.
And runny nose
20 that,
tetras and shrimp.
and
A
then she had a
75 with a
75
bristle nose
and
and
a
a
10. That's
4
awesome.
ranchos. And a 10 of some small tetras.
That is very true, Geek Boy. Make sure you have other tanks that you can put them in. But it sounds like she has other tanks that she can put them in.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I didn't mention that, because she listed what tank she has, and it sounds like it should be okay there. But yes, I do agree, Geek Boy. I have like what 7 tanks set up right now, 155, 120 20 high, 510. So if I need to, I can always play musical fish, which is nice. But nice. Okay, Stephanie, what would you like to put in it?
She's doing cycle.
And if you're doing a fishless cycle, yeah,
We do the
I
fishless cycles with our salt water. We don't usually do it with the fresh.
I get a little bit lazy or impatient. It takes me a while to set up my tanks, but then once I set them up, I get really impatient. So yes, I agree with you there, Larry. But it also makes it hard because you also want to make sure that you have enough ammonia in there, and it doesn't, when you do a fishless cycle, it doesn't spike. But I just got it on. Oh yeah, they have the half off at Petco right now. Thanks, Stephanie, for the reminder.
Oh no! Don't tell Jen that.
I I know, right?
Ready to take the other half of that couch?
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What did you say, Larry?
I didn't say anything. I'm keeping my mouth shut now.
Yeah. Trying to keep himself out of trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
Doesn't work very well though. He still manages. He still manages somehow. What you playing, Larry?
Oh, it's a puzzle game. Blocks. You have to get 3 in a row. And every level is a different playing field.
I put media from my goldfish tank. I added the fishless feel ammonia from Frizz. I got from got it. Okay.
Yeah, Jen usually puts in the starter chemicals when we do a tank from scratch, and sometimes she'll do the media from other tanks.
Sure that you're continuing to add a source of fuel for that bacteria, or it'll just die off.
Yep.
And that's why I don't normally do the fish less, because I will forget to put food in a tank that has no fish in it.
Yeah, I do a fish / less cycle, not a fishless cycle, but less fish in it. For that reason.
I pre-start all my tanks with filters that I put on other tanks to get them seeded.
I know it's not quite as good and you don't get quite as much, but I have several bags of what is it? I have several bags of media in my
Hey, Freaky Fish Lady.
Hello,
hey, Travis.
Holly. Hello, Travis.
Hi, Freaky Fish Lady.
What is it that but yeah, it's not in a filter, so it's not quite as useful, but I do have some media in lava rock inside of there if I need it. I can always pull that out and put it into
Bell's show.
Hello, Griffin.
Oh no, it's Griffin. I mean, hi, Griffin.
Her show. Hi, Griffin. Dr. Black. Blackie.
Blackie, how's it going?
Hello, Blackie.
Adele Raid. What, she got bugs? She needs to spray it with Raid?
Adele's channel is running a raid on our channel now that she's wet round.
Raid?
Hello, GRB.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
Come on up if you guys. Come on.
Welcome
on up
one, welcome all.
You guys would like.
Yes, anybody want to join the stream? Come on the live. Yeah, link is pinned at the top.
Okay, I'm still a little bit confused how you got that name, Larry, but I like it. Oh, wait. Jen, you need to change his name from Buffalo Photo / Larry to Fishnets now.
No. She really doesn't.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. Please
the only way I can find the picture first.
What?
The only way I can do that is if I find the picture first.
I have a fair amount of seeded media in a small bucket with an air stone and a small sponge filter in my QT tank that are there for seeding tanks. Yeah, Geek Boy, the only issue is what do you use for ammonia and how do you seed the media without any fish or anything there?
Hey, Jerby.
Because all you say you have in there is an air stone and media, which means there's nothing for them but to eat. I'm just
like food or something to keep the biological media from dying off.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm just surprised. I don't know how that would work. Oh, basically, that isn't a bad idea. What?
Basically, they've created a sump. They just need to remember to add something that will provide ammonia.
Oh, got it. Wow, geek boy. Generally for quarantine, I don't have all that in there, but
For us,
I
that
only
would just be a regular tank.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well,
Snails,
minus
plants,
the
and
fish, but yeah,
with a substrate.
minus the fish, but yeah. I only use air stones in tanks. Yeah, Griff. I actually do use sponge filters. I I don't only use air stones, but ironically, right now, I don't have a QT tank because it's an actual holding tank at the moment.
I
Of course, because
new
I'm apparently the only fish keeper ever that is able to keep a QT tank. Yeah, I know, right, Geek Boy?
I
You probably
actually
are the only fish keeper.
guy sponge filter for up to 10-gallon tanks, and this sponge filter actually has a little cup on the bottom of it that you put zoolite into, so it filters through the zoolite and the sponge.
Travis, you're only here for the dogs. Those cute little
I'm
puppies.
really enjoying that filter.
That's the reason I moved out of the way, because clearly they're not here to see me. I'm insignificant, so you know. I thought
Well,
I'd give them
Well,
a
to
chance
Travis,
with
but to the rest of us, we
the
like seeing you,
dogs.
Kev.
the Fender's mug is much more friendly than yours.
Thanks, Jen. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that.
He always looks so happy-go-lucky.
That's because he's always getting into mischief.
Uh-huh. Getting
Uh,
it makes us get that silly grin. Makes people wonder what you're up to.
I know. Wait, problem is meds kill BB. Yeah, that's why you can use zeolite. But it also, that is true. That is very true, though, Griffin. Some certain meds can. Um, but yeah, that's always issue. That's why zeolite is helpful in many cases.
Kevin, Travis thanks you for moving out of the way.
You're welcome, Travis. Things I
Um,
do for you guys.
Kelly says, enough of you silly people. I'm going to sleep.
Pretty much. I'm an old dog.
And she's probably saying to herself, yep, go ahead, YouTube. Keep him busy. That way he won't ask for the bed back anytime soon.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. She literally does take up most of it. She's like lying half sideways. She takes up most of it. She's taking up my whole bed.
What's their job?
Uh-huh.
I have 3 cats that like to do that. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
but I have
turn
one.
their face in mine when I'm trying to sleep. There's nothing worse than cat whiskers startling you as you're falling asleep.
What about tongue?
Oh, they do that on my arms, but not my face.
Oh, mine do that on my face. I get a whole bath. 2.5 hours into this 4 hour change at work, and the network team is still trying to figure out which ports they are supposed to be performing the change on. I need to take the
Oh, I
rest
know
of it.
that feeling. It's like
Oh
you
boy.
get 10 switches. Uh, up there, and you've got to figure which ones go to what ports and to which offices. Or I worked tech support at a call center, um, and I was the one who had to like rewire uh, some of the desks. They had a professional company come in and actually put all the wiring in, and then I had to figure out what ones were live to the desks and hook them into the switches and keep all the wiring clean, because you go into a room and you get just wires all over the place. Like, no, everything's got to go and follow the channels and be nice and clean looking.
Well, that's why you're also supposed to color code them.
It was crazy. Yeah, and unfortunately, the guy who was my superior, who had set everything up and showed me how to do stuff,
Hi,
he
Paul.
retired. Hey, Pose. He retired, leaving me trying to figure out how to do stuff that I had never done before. It's like we had been asking for help to get a third person there. One person leaves and the company suddenly goes, "Oh, Larry, you can do it all on your own. Tech support for the 300 computers and keep control of the network, and you're going to be the system admin for Windows Server." It's like,
Yes, freakish lady. I have one of those that likes to pot my neck area and try to sleep on my chest.
Okay, what did she say?
The paws aren't so bad, but the 20 pounds weight on my chest isn't so
Oh
fun.
yes, there is the baby feral bobcat Leo. Likes to, likes to sleep with his paws around my neck, paw-pawing and snuggling.
If you're talking, we can hear you, Larry.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, you were just signing.
No, I was stroking my beard.
What beard? You don't have a beard.
I don't have a long flowing beard like some people, but it's a full goatee and mustache. Although I do need to trim the sides. I'm so straggly. 3 weeks of not shaving. I got actual hair growing. Gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, at one point I had an orange tiger cat that was over 25 pounds, as big as a butt-all turkey that used to like to lay on me. I'd sit in an oversized recliner, and if this cat stretched out, he was as big, long from the end of the arm to the end of the arm, and he took up my entire lap. He was
Oh, it's like when you had Louie. Louie was huge.
wide. Oh no, this cat was not only huge, he was just fat too. But we found out that that cat had diabetes.
Yeah.
So when they started to medicate it and get it on at the proper food diet, it lost a whole bunch of weight, and after that, it just looked like an emaciated mountain lion.
Oh boy. I think my old cat from when I was growing up was probably had some part Maine Coon in him or something. It was huge.
And from what we understand, Rex might have a little bit of African wildcat in them.
Yeah.
So, Holly, no, it's her service dog. I
Oh,
think he's like, oh, he's 2, not big, just all muscle. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
No, my service dog, he was 85 pounds at a year. Now he's 2, not big, just all muscles. Wow.
oh yeah.
Try sleeping with 9. Oh, geez, Griffin. Yeah, you got me beat there.
yeah, sleeping with 9 pit bulls. Okay, yeah, that's
I would need a really big bed, Griffin.
yeah, the queen size won't work anymore.
My problem is I'm one of those people who thinks a lot in their sleep, and I'm so worried about hurting the animals that as soon as I touch one, I wake up and move around, and I end up with a tiny little corner of the bed while they're all sprawled out over 3/4 of the bed for 3 little cats.
Yeah, she doesn't worry about kicking me. She's worried about kicking the little cats.
So that's why I don't spend the night.
Glad you got that, Larry. Glad you glad you got that one, Larry. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you got that subtle hint.
That's why when you spend the night, you were sleeping in the bed and I was sleeping on the couch, so I wouldn't kick you.
Yeah.
I can see that, deep boy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't let their animals sleep in their beds with them. Unfortunately, you can't really do that with cats because they'll figure out a way to get in, and it's really hard to get a cat in the room that wants in.
Only thing wrong with the song, The Matador, is it requires a B7 chord. Okay, interesting. 2 other pits hitting each other. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Huh.
Yeah, Leo's where the best place is. Says, I'm not going out. I got it made in the shade right here. What did you have to feed him, Griffin? Oh, you have to make a special food from actual uncooked meat.
Spoiled dogs. All I
Yeah.
can say. I don't think I eat quite that well.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
me neither.
if you think about it, most dogs would prefer to eat meat. And if you traditionally have some leftovers from what you're cooking, better to let the dog have it than go to waste, as long as it's cooked in a way that's good for them.
Yep.
I know a lot of people like to say, "Oh, look at the nutritional labels. You got to do this. You got to do that." That's like if your dog isn't going to eat what you're giving to them, they're better off eating something than nothing. And in reality, in the wild, most dogs, the only kind of veggie matter they might eat is something that they found in a garbage can somewhere, and some grass to settle their stomachs. They don't eat all that grain and all that other stuff in the wild. Yes, I enjoy my steak too, Travis.
Yeah, that sounds good right about now. I can eat.
I've also
Yeah,
heard of some folks that don't eat dog food and like to eat cat food.
Freaky Fish Lady's got it right. Basically, let them wait until they get hungry enough. They'll eat what's put in front of them.
Yeah,
They'll expect meat, but this is all you're getting them. This is what they're gonna eat.
I'm with you though, Travis. I could go for a steak myself. If anybody else
Dobermans are
wants to
pretty
come
cool.
up, they can feel free to. I don't know. Nobody's backstage, right?
No, that's my knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, somebody come up, join us, please.
I don't like talking
These
to
people
Larry.
are boring.
Well, I just don't like talking to Larry. It's not that he's boring.
Yeah.
I just don't like talking. Really? That's weird, Holly. Why would that be? Huh.
Show you my new mask.
Yeah, I don't have a cat. I just have two dogs. That's plenty for me. I get allergies enough with two dogs. A cat, I would be wheezing. I would be, would not be good.
I need to talk to my doctor tomorrow about allergy to my cats.
Oh, why are you putting on a mask, Larry?
I was showing my new mask, and it's got different colors. Hang on a sec.
Jen, you don't, you're allergic to cats, but you still have several?
I've just over the last 3 or 4 months been having
Oh,
allergies.
gotcha.
Yeah, we brought her old couch
Oh,
over to
wow.
my house, and my housemate fell asleep on it, and she's very allergic. And the cover that she put over it came off, so the housemate fell asleep with her face right against the cushion. And next morning, her eyes were all blown up. I was like, ugh.
Yikes. Wow. Stephanie says she has 3 dogs, a pit bull, a Dutch shepherd, and her son has a Boston Terrier.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know that I know what the Dutch Shepherd looks like.
Hmm, not sure.
I don't think I do either. Huh. Jen, are we going for 1 or 2 hours tonight?
I don't know. What are we at?
We're almost at an hour.
I say we
Oh,
go.
that is a
Fight,
beautiful
fight, fight.
dog.
What?
The Dutch Shepherd?
Yeah.
Now you got me looking.
Which markings does yours have? A dark one or dark striations or light ones?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Different
wow.
than a German Shepherd.
Oh, which
Holly,
Germans you have?
Holly
Gordon?
says, I only have one dog at the moment, a white German named Luna. She was born in the last eclipse. Oh, wow. That's cool. I don't have my pits anymore. When I moved, I couldn't. Oh, I'm sorry, Griffin.
Oh, Griffin.
Yeah, a lot of people are having problems with pit bulls, Rottweilers,
All
and
right,
there's
we
no
will,
reason
Holly.
for it.
We will. I was just curious how long we were going. I think we're gonna go for probably for another hour, probably, right?
Yeah,
So, okay, that's what I thought. I was just wondering. Half an hour, hour.
Yeah, when
I
you're
just
done
wasn't
cleaning your
sure.
place, you could come over, clean mine. I hope you have an extra week.
I need to come over and crack the whip again.
I'm with you on that one, Stephanie.
Kinda, sorta.
You kind of
Definitely,
stepped into that one,
I
Larry.
got to box up all the Funko Pops that are going back to your house,
Oh
and then
God, I don't have room for those.
we'll bring them to your house, and I will make you organize things so you have a place to put them.
Oh God,
You opened your mouth,
you see,
Larry.
he's just gonna try and kill me that way.
Well, I mean, you stepped into that one. No
Yeah,
offense.
I
Just
did.
saying.
Yeah.
I could have kept
I have
them,
the
but
same
I
problem, so I've been organizing and organizing and organizing, but it's to avoid the projects.
Yeah, she's got so many different things she was doing, and then she'll stop and go into something new and not have time to do the first project anymore. Then she'll get into something else and not have time to do the first two items. But that's normal. You get into a new hobby or something, a new project, you go all in for that project and completely ignore the ones that you already had going. It's very common.
yeah, that is true.
But I think now that the fish room is pretty much where it needs to be, other than deciding if we're going to rehome everything that's in the 180 and make a discus tank.
Ooh, that would be my vote.
Mm. You don't get a vote.
Hey,
Promise.
why do you get a vote, Larry?
Well, I don't get as big a vote, but
Larry,
Now,
I have 10% of ownership, as we discovered.
yeah, Griffin, I can understand making that choice. But it's terrible that you had to pick between one or the other.
that I do agree with. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna AFK. I need to go let my dog out.
Ah, good, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
Yeah, I should cut it out.
I always do that too fast.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, Griffin, when you say what makes you money, are you selling the eggs or are you selling chicks or the actual chickens?
Yeah, freaky fish lady. The pay is wonderful. You get a whole lot of cherry cokes and pop tarts. We feed you well.
No, they want to hire you, not the other way around. Very nice. I didn't realize that chickens were so expensive. Is it because of the kind of chicken it is?
Yeah, JRB has got two dogs, two yellow labs. One's a family pet, the other one's his seeing eye dog. They're both gorgeous. I like labs.
We had a neighbor. Well, I had a neighbor about 5 years ago that was raising chickens in their backyard, and unfortunately, here in the city, you're not allowed to have roosters, but he had some, and the gentleman passed away.
Oh,
And the only way reason people found out is because the roosters and chickens, uh, the rooster stopped making noise, so people went to look for it, and they found a whole bunch of frozen chickens in the backyard because of a storm freeze over.
oops.
And they went to check on the owner. The owner had passed away in the house. But she was actually able to save some of the chickens. And about 6 months later, we started hearing rooster in the neighborhood. So one of them did get out and wander away.
Oopsie.
But they did manage to save some of the roosters and the chickens. So that was good. But that was my neighbor who had a bull mastiff that was absolutely gorgeous.
Well, love those.
Did I tell you the story about how we got chickens, some chickens?
No, you haven't.
No. So Kevin, did you ever own chickens?
We did. So we had a few chickens, but it was funny because my parent or my brother went to. I went to a preschool, and while I was in, um, while I had my brain injury and I was in the hospital, my brother, because I'm his sibling, I only got to go one summer, but he got to go because he is my sibling, so he automatically got in. And so at preschool that he was at, they were incubating. Oh, geez, it was chickens and emu, and and my grandpa, because I was in the hospital, my grandpa would pick up my brother, and apparently one day, when my grandfather went to go pick him up, my brother said that my parents had allowed him, or said that he could get some chickens. And when my grandpa asked him how many, he stuck up one hand, luckily not two, and he said they said I could have this many, and so we ended up getting 5 chickens. I think two were roosters, so we didn't keep those two. But we had 5, and had them for a while. Although one of them we were not allowed to have roosters, so we had to give 2 of them away, and then I think oh yeah, so 2 of them we gave away because we couldn't have roosters, And then the other one was, or actually not was, got eaten. My favorite chicken got eaten because they were at my grandparents' house. And apparently my grandfather was out that night, and my grandma was too scared to go check out what was going on because she heard something in the backyard. So one of them got eaten. Two of them we, I think, gave away because we couldn't keep the roosters, and then the other two we had for a while. But unfortunately, where we were when we saw some rats eating the chicken feed, we ended up selling them. And funny enough, my father way underpriced the chickens. I think he's posted them, and like within one night, he got like 10 10 people who were interested in them. So yeah, but it was funny. My brother's like, I want 5. How many? I want 5, and he just put up one hand, and it's like, okay, at least he didn't stick up both hands.
A friend
But
of mine
Grandpa
just moved. Friend of mine just moved to like her own farmland out in Tennessee somewhere, and multiple goats and chickens. They got 5 German shepherds, 2 purebred schnauzers, and the German shepherds like to jump the high chicken fence to get to the chickens. So they put in an electric fence, and one of the bigger German shepherds still goes over the fence, but you could see him react when his dangly bits catch the electrified fence. There's also some foxes in the area that have been sniffing around. So lately, 3, 4 in the morning, my friend's been up with a little 22 rifle sitting on the back porch. It's like all I can think of is some old granny in a rocking chair holding the rifle. Get them.
Yeah, I can really see her playing that part too.
Yeah. One of the chickens had a clutch of eggs. They decided to try and hatch them. So they've got like 20 actual little chicklets. The silky chickens are amazing if they're all fluffed up. They're actually really cute looking. Yeah, but my friend says she gets fresh eggs every morning. Silky's Polish frizzles and Araucanas, oh my. We'll go get a new one, Griff, if you're missing them. Or just concentrate more on fish. Silky house chicken named Ghost Rider. Okay, I like that idea. Hey, Jen!
No,
I want one.
no.
Keep saying no to the animals I like. I keep seeing baby leopards and baby tigers and baby lions. I keep saying I want one.
Why don't you guys get a dog? Larry?
Yeah, maybe after we move.
Well, your video is really out of sync.
What?
Larry's video is really out of sync for me.
Is
Oh,
it? I'm not seeing it.
I mean,
Looks
just
good on my end.
it showed you doing the rifle action.
Wow. Are you looking at the StreamYard or at the YouTube video?
That's YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube's like 8-9 seconds at least behind. A house-trained chicken.
But see, if I look at this one, I don't see the chat.
No, you can't look at the comments on StreamYard? Or is that because you're the owner of the stream?
so you can look at private chat
It's
and
updated for me. Wow.
oh wait, Griffin was trying to come up. Is Griffin still trying to come up? Somebody was slacking.
I don't see it.
Griffin was trying to come up a while ago, and apparently Jen did not let him up.
I'm sorry, Griffin. If you'd like to come up, please hit the link again and we'll let you up right away.
Geek boy, that's pretty cool. I'm barely house trained myself. Yeah, I can't disagree with that one. But please, Griffin, come on up.
Yeah, I believe there are certain animals that belong inside a house and certain ones that don't. I don't like having birds in my house. They make too much of a mess.
I thought I asked you something.
They tend to be very noisy.
Oh, wow. I have over 200 acres full of game fowl. Wow. But love to have you up, Griffin. Please come on up.
Or Travis.
Sorry, I think I was letting my dogs out, so, or my dog out. Okay.
Anyone else that might like to come up, Geek Boy?
Or Travis.
I already said Travis.
Polly would like to.
Well, I know Travis was just up with Adele on her feed.
And?
So he might be too tired. Or he might just be chicken.
No pun intended.
We know Griffin is.
Wait, what?
Listen, fish nets.
Hey,
So it should be picking on Griffin.
Please come on up, Griff. Yeah.
What up?
Hey, Griffin. I'm sorry.
yo, man.
I'm sorry. Jen was slacking and I didn't see her private chat because I was letting the dogs out. I'm sorry.
You good?
How you
How are
doing
you
tonight?
Wore out. Got pretty much work 10 next 3 nights. Then Friday morning, get off at 1:15. Then turn around,
Oh,
sleep about 4 hours until I gotta go in and work another 12-hour shift.
oh,
Ouch.
jeez, Griffin.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Hopefully after that you get a bit of time
Hopefully we get 3-day weekend.
So Geek Boy's still at work. He can't come on. Been there, done that.
Yeah, waiting for them tech problems.
Yeah.
So, but I never asked, what do you do?
What?
What is your job?
Like, wait, that's in mine.
Oh,
Yeah, with everyone else within the house, in the pandemic, outside of the push my blood every day.
Okay, Griffin, I don't know why. It's a little bit hard for me to hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up there.
What about now?
There you go.
Better.
That's clear.
Way better.
I set my phone down.
Oh,
Ah,
got it. Well, that would make sense.
I'm in the fish room.
Gotcha.
yeah, it happens. Yeah, because the kids have teddy bears and puppy chickens. And they call teddy chickens, and the kids freak out.
Wait, Griffin.
Yeah.
I thought you said you had no drinks back there. What the heck? Why you need to go to the bathroom then?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you didn't stack 3 fences, Gerber.
How do we not have drinks? Wait a sec.
No, he put in private chat.
I saw
He
that.
said no drinks back here. So I'm just giving him a hard time because he said no drinks back here.
I thought we weren't allowed drinks anywhere. It's like, ugh.
No,
I
that's
don't drink a lot. When I do,
It's not allowed that we just prefer that people have control over themselves.
Yeah.
need control of
Hey,
myself?
Larry, you ever seen my fish room?
No.
I get tired of being your supervisor and mediator sometimes, Larry. If you could supervise yourself every once in a while.
So you're setting things up?
Hey, Jen, are you gonna put it on full screen? Slacker?
Still working on it.
Ah, there we go. A lot of small ones.
Yeah, they're actually, this one's being moved to 30 gallon. Those ones being
You know,
moved to
Jen,
30
do you know
gallon.
how to do that?
If you click on his
I'm on the line.
on StreamYard
The three dots on his screen.
and make it solo.
I'm in screen. I got 3 dots.
Oh, a lot of RAM.
3 dots, and
RAM
then
horn.
solo view, please.
These 3 are seriously. They're my dark blue mascals
Thank you.
and their guppies.
Wrong
No,
one.
that didn't work. The 3 dots on his screen. The 3 dots.
No,
Nope.
you just kicked him off.
You just removed it.
Something's. Oh, jeez. What happened?
You removed him.
Please
You
come
did
back.
Hey,
Yeah.
Did you remove him or kick him off?
There
Must
he
have
is.
removed video. There he is.
So
I'll
can
try that
you
again.
press the 3 dots and press solo view, please? Top right of his screen. On his screen, nope, not there. Top right of his logo, where his image is, there should be 3 dots. There should be a mute button and there should be 3 dots. If you click that, it says solo view.
I don't get so view. It only says I am at my
Hold on
On
a
the
sec.
sound below, down below where backstage is.
Hold on a sec. Let me connect to her computer. Just trying.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to remote connect to her computer.
You... Okay, that's a little bit scary.
I know what he's talking about. There we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yes.
Great. Cool.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, that's a bare bottom. I don't have any bare bottom tanks. What do you have?
All these are bare bottom.
What?
All these are bare
And a
bottom.
bare bottom.
I said I don't have any bare bottom tanks.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
are in
freaking-
them?
Behind the
that's
yellow shop. Technically, it's
All
not.
All these ones are my breeding tanks.
Nice.
Swordtails.
What are you breeding, Griffin? Swordtails?
What sort of swordtails are those?
These are multi-shermies.
I'm sorry, the what?
Multi-shermy swordtails.
Ah.
Yeah, those they have those at our place.
Ah.
They're in Red Point.
What are those?
They're in Red Point.
Oh, nice.
Those are pretty.
Those are my white clouds. They're hard to see in there.
How many
What do you
tanks
have in the tub?
Griffin?
That one crashed on me a while back. I'm thinking to take it out. Look up. Yeah, my plan
I walked
is
away 1 minute to hide it, and y'all bear my bottom. There you
all
go.
these are gonna fill up this rack. All those are gonna be shrimp tanks.
Wait, what?
Shrimp, so they're gonna be shrimp
Oh,
tanks.
wait, we're setting repeaters.
Okay, Griffin, do you sell any of your stock?
Yeah,
Where do you sell?
right now not much. I got some swordtails ready going to shrimp right now. They're not hardly reproducing. Panda guppies, they ain't doing too good again. Then, see, I gotta start
Oh my
pulling out
God.
these guys.
I love your tanks, though. Your tanks are awesome. How many tanks do you have, Griffin?
Yeah, 20,
Wait,
24,
you said
but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 that's empty right now. 7.
sacrilege. 7
I
empty
lost,
sacrilege.
I lost all my cobra antlers that was in that tank. I lost my platinum galaxy tigers that was in that tank.
Oh,
How?
I don't know. I lost all my dragon guppies and I lost all my koi body koi guppies.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
It all happen at the same time?
Yeah. So I turned this one to a shrimp tank.
What happened to your pond, Griffin?
Hey,
I remember there was that one night that you had issues with your pond. What happened to your pond?
yeah. Cycle crashed in it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That sucks. Is that a?
This one, when I get done, that rack be filled.
Hey, Sean. Hey,
Whole new rack down through here. 655 is gonna be back there. 29s and 30s gonna go right there.
oh my gosh,
Oh.
Holly, that's awesome. What?
Pond right there and a pond right there.
Oh, geez, Griffin, you're making me jealous. You and
Hey,
Jen are making
503.
me very jealous.
I
Hello,
love to have.
That's the GLB. Those ain't half flags. Those are actually dark blue mascots. That's what they are. But I ain't got no males looking like what the male's supposed to look like. So I'm thinking this strand's gonna be scratched. I don't know, I
Yeah,
really
I've
fed
been
up with them.
butterfly fish recently.
What was that?
Freaky fish like that forgot to tell us that they got 2 butterfly fish in 6 weeks.
I did see that.
But I've been
Holly got
looking at
Shana.
two butterfly fish in 6 half weeks. That's awesome.
Yeah. Which when I get done, I left tanks all the way up on this side too.
Sorry, Shanna.
Oh, that's gonna be so nice when you get it all set up again.
I'm going to
Yeah.
have probably over 100 tanks down there.
Wow.
Griffin, wow, that's awesome. Griffin, do you have koi guppies?
I had the goy potted toys.
And GRB
Okay.
says that they like to have that.
I'm supposed to be getting some of the tuxedo toys there before a while. Oh, tanks ain't done yet.
Oh, they're never done, are they, Griffin?
We got tank there.
Oh,
What
that's
size is that?
nice.
That's my big tank,
How big is that?
125.
Cool.
What's late, buddy? Which that one sits right behind where I stream at. So I got that one.
Yeah, we were waiting for the longest time for you to get things set up. I remember every day saying, Griffin got set up. So
That
lonely.
is the only Lemia I got left.
It's the only what?
The only Lemia I got left.
How many you start with?
About 15.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Oh.
That's awesome, Holly.
Those were the Galaxy Platinum Tigers. Panda Guppy.
Oh,
I got
those look
all the
awesome.
soul tails.
Well.
Oh, I wish I had enough room for those.
Griffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. I have some pineapple Mickey Mouse swordtails that I love, and
Yeah.
they killed off. I had a whole bunch of babies born, and then they killed off the adult male. And I'm like, I'm not gonna find males again.
Dang.
Yeah, we're not even sure which fish was killing them off, but all of a sudden we just started losing. We had some blue Mickey Mouse platies and the pineapple Mickey Mouse swordtails.
Jen,
And
can you take him off of solo view, please?
Yes, I can.
Just one of the fish just started killing off all the little ones.
Huh. I don't go much for the pet store. Show tails anyways.
I don't go. Yeah.
I like the Montessori's. I like the green show tails. There's a few others I like.
Oh, nice.
I
I
love
like
the ones with Mickey Mouse.
I don't know what the scientific name is, but I like the green short tail.
Yeah. Only problem is with the Mickey Mouse plat or the solds, the other sold tails that you get from pet stores, the other colors.
Yeah.
They're actually a cross between a green sold tail male and like a blue Mickey Mouse platy female.
Oh.
Yeah. One reason I mean, they look nice and stuff, but I like the long swords.
I do too.
And the problem is with the ones that's crossed, they don't go the long swords like they're supposed to.
I think you should, Holly. I think you should. That's just me.
Oh yeah, if I would pull your habits out.
As long as you know that they're not aggressives, then yeah, put them with all the others.
And also just make sure that your pond is properly protected from predators.
Oh, I got my flashlight.
Oh, well,
You think, Griffin? Freaky Lady says, but they're not the breeders with the long sword.
Oh, get the dot, get the dot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's back my house right there. I live in town now. I got big yards.
Probably not great breeders if you put them with the little short tails.
so she says she can put them separate.
Oh.
So I would put them out there, but that's just me.
Chickens! There are chickens in there.
Yeah.
Woohoo! A rooster.
Those two pens used to be full. But they died on me.
Oh.
Griffin, what do
See
you
where that
think?
light is back there?
Vaguely.
I own like 20 foot behind that house.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
So good sized property.
Yeah.
when are you gonna start? Are you gonna start doing summer tubbing?
we have a beautiful fish room.
Griff, are you gonna do summer tubbing?
Yeah.
When are you gonna start?
Yeah, probably here. So it's finally starting to warm up. I can be able to bring some of my soul tails and stuff out.
Okay. Just put all my swords out in tubs this week in 24 karat mountain minnows. I think I'll put the half beaks out too. What do y'all think? There's not good breeders with a long sword. Yeah, they're not quite as good at breeding if they have a longer sword. Huh.
I don't know. Holly, I got one of my Montessori's. He's got a 2-inch sword and he breeds real good.
Oh, okay.
But with mine, The males that develop early, I cull them. With the wild type, like
Okay,
the Monticermes, the green soul tails and stuff like that, any male that develops early, you do not want to breed. You want those ones
yes,
that
I have.
develop later and they'll get
Okay.
that tail size.
Okay, Griffin. So I have a question, and I don't know if you know this, but when would you cull shrimp?
Usually, I usually try to pull the better ones out as soon as I spot them.
So even when they're babies, you still would
Yeah.
cull them?
If the color is off, I pull them out.
Because I have a bunch of orange neocaridina that I have from, and I don't like, they're too pale, and so I was gonna pull them and cull them, but I don't know whether or not they're just stressed or they're gonna color up because they're young still or what.
Yeah, my cherry shrimp, they're the dark red as soon as they're born.
Okay. I have
Usually, usually the coals I pull out, I put them in the mud guppy tank,
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then,
was gonna do.
and then I sell them to people that would use them as whatever they want to use them for. If
Okay.
they want, if they want to use them to feed the fish with, it's whatever they want. As long as I get the money, I don't care what they do.
Yep, that makes sense.
Usually,
So,
I kind of rescue part of my pool is filled with huge koi and goldfish and have a few other smaller ponds and the work spring pond in the back pasture, but the cranes clean it out. And it says, really, I've been worried because they take so long.
Yeah, yeah, Ali, you want to aim for the ones that develop later because they're the good. They'll be the ones that produce more of the longer souls than the ones that develop early.
Uh,
Right, and you want the longer swords to be the traits that you want to pass on, so you want to get those quick developers out of the tank.
Yeah, yeah. I learned a lot of my stuff by the Montessori's from uh, Greg Chase, ain't it? Yeah, Greg Chase.
yeah, what about Great Sage?
That's where I learned a lot of my stuff about my soul tales from.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have some awesome stuff. I want some Odessa bars from him.
My Montessori didn't come from him. They came from I got them older. Man, another guy ordered them from a pet store that we know, and he had them shipped in.
Had what shipped in?
The Montessori's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made that mistake too, freaky fish lady. That's the problem with some of these fish. You never know when they're first developing, are they male or are they female?
Yeah.
And so if you really know how to buy the vintage, other than the tail, it's hard to sex them at an early age to know when to call them.
Yeah. Now with the wild type soul tails, unlike your claw soul tails, the wild type takes longer to mature than it does the other ones. Some of those fish in my tank that says starting full swords, they're about 7 to 8 months old.
Yeah, the ones that I had born in my tank, I actually gave like a half dozen to my ex-husband, and he ended up having two of them that finally, at 8 months old, developed tails.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
I
some of them,
told him I wanted to those ones for the store-bought ones that I got.
yeah. With some of the store bought ones, the crosses that you get, they took on the more the traits of the green swordtail, the wild type, and then a lot of them took the traits of the platies.
Yeah.
That's what causes them to not do so good like the wild type. It's just a risk you take.
Oh, now Freaky Fish Lady says that theirs is a year old.
Dang.
And took all the big early developers to the LFS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like you made the right choice then. Because you got your early developers out of the tank right away.
Yeah.
Now, do you still have any late developers that came out, or are you now in this position where you don't have anything but the original male stock?
My original male that I bought two males. He finished both of them finished out at 3-inch swords, and the overall body length was almost 8 inches.
Oh my, that's beautiful.
No.
The body itself was 5 inches.
Yeah, that's a very big bird tail.
Yeah,
Whew. I didn't think they get that big.
the wild types there. But where a lot of people mess up at, and Greg Jades even said in his video, with showtails, you want to keep them in a 55-gallon or bigger.
Well,
They will grow bigger in a bigger tank than they will in like the 20 gallons.
oh,
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Because a hormone imbalance happens at a certain point
Yeah,
that does them to stop growing.
yeah. That plus, I do what Greg Chase does, and he does 17% water change every day with his swordtails.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Griffin, that's another question. How do you keep up with all that maintenance with so many tanks?
I'll be right
Just
back.
easy.
What?
Just easy.
How?
Some of my tanks that's like on my mom's go so quick. Some of my tanks I let go for a couple weeks. Like
Oh,
my muck guppy pond, I go 3-4 weeks without changing the water. I top it off. But like the red points and while the 255s downstairs, they get the one gets 17% every day. I do 20% every day, and the red point tank it gets 50% every 3 days.
Wow.
And then the rest of the tanks I just do 50% once a week.
Yeah, that's a lot more. That's more often than what I do water changes. Um, I top off constantly, but water changes, I tend to do them once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then some of my tanks even longer than that because they're planted and they're big tanks. So like my 275 gallons and my 180, I don't have to do the water changes nearly as often as I have to on a 20 or 10.
Yeah. A lot of my tanks, I'm going to prefer over the automatic water tank system.
Yeah.
With my Swint tanks, I top them off, and I only do 25% water change once a month on those tanks.
Okay, when you add water back, do you drip, or do you just dump water back in?
I just fill it back up. When I do the water change is when I do the water cells. I drop a water cell in there and then I fill it up. That way it mixes the calcium in the tank.
Oh,
You drop what in there?
Water cell.
Oh.
Water cells are calcium. It keeps calcium in the tanks for the shrimp.
see, I don't have that problem here. We've got really hard water.
Yeah. I keep my shrimp tanks range between 200 and 260 TDS.
Well, I'm still waiting to get a meter in to check that, but my pH is 7.8.
Yeah, meter should come tomorrow.
Heck, I got a tank meter. We got one of those pallet stores. They buy pallets and we sell the stuff on it. And they carry fish stuff in there. That's where I got a lot of my fish. I bought an aquarium shop in the old carton milk jugs, the cardboard milk jugs.
Yeah.
$1 a box.
Okay.
And I got a TDS meter there, full fish tanks for $1.
Oh my.
I was like, man, that's a good deal, Snake.
Oh yeah.
For $1, it can't be that. Like I told Grandma, if it lasts me for 2 years, for $1, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. But yeah, I have RO water. I use tap water. I have saltwater tanks.
Yeah.
But I don't do testing as often as I should probably. But
Like test for
I've been,
ammonia and all that.
yeah.
I never test my tanks.
I only test them really when I'm first cycling them.
That's the only time I do mine because if you watch your fish, they're gonna tell you when there's something wrong with your water.
Yeah, and when they tell me, that's usually when I'll test the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't believe in wasting all the test kit just to use it.
No.
I've got more.
Nine times out of 10, I buy the test strips.
I thought about getting the test strips, but there's so many people say that they're not quite as accurate.
They're not as accurate, but it gives you a good ballpark range.
But I really do wish that they would come up with some sort of a test that's like those test strips for the visually impaired, so that people who have color blindness or have problems seeing those gradient differences in color would be able to read the results better.
Even me, I'm not that. I can see colors pretty good. Even me I have problems trying to figure out what color it's with.
Yeah, I have to hold it in different lights and against something with a white background to make sure that I'm getting it just right. They really need to come up with a better way for us to tell them what the results are.
Yeah. Plus the
They
colors look so close.
one of these young fish here in the fish family to develop and patent.
Yeah. Plus the colors look so close to each other. It's kind of funny. But I buy the test strips because I don't use dechlorinate or anything. And so I got carbon block filters for the house to pull the chlorine out. And before I used it, every time I got those test strips that test for chlorine,
Yep.
and I would start off using one, and then I go halfway with my tanks and I test it again, just
Oh,
to
okay.
make sure there's no chlorine coming out of my hose.
Well, that's good.
But
And
I
yeah,
do,
lady, you're right. You cut those test strips right down the middle and double.
yeah, but I do keep Prime in hand, just in case it does mess up. Plus, I use Prime for when I'm hauling fish.
Yeah, now I've also heard that some people say that you don't even really need to dechlorinate it as long as you let it, the water sit.
Yeah, mine comes right out of the faucet.
Yes, Jen, you can age water, but you have to have an air stone in it to let the and that's only if you have what's it called?
Chlorine.
Chlorine, not chloramine. Because if you have chloramine, it won't
Chloramines,
pass
you
off.
could do it with chloramines, but it takes 3 to 4 days to take care of chloramines. It has a
Oh,
longer process. Yeah, last time I used my test kit was when my pond failed on me, and before that, I probably used it one other time in the last 2 years.
Yeah, they don't get used that often, for sure. But you know, the one time you need it and you don't have it, it's going to be on a weekend or when your place is closed and you're not going to have
Yeah,
access to it.
but 9 times out of 10, if you see something wrong, just do a 50% water change, and 9 times out of 10 it helps.
And if it doesn't, it at least keeps it from getting worse until you do something about it.
Yeah,
You know, I've had a lot of concern with switching over into this apartment that I'm at. A lot of the plumbing is older, so I have a lot harder water than what I had at the other place because I can tell just by the taste of the metal in the drinking water out of the tap.
yeah. But I learned a lot from my grandma, though. And she bred angel fish back in the 70s and the 80s, back when they didn't have all the stuff we had, the API master kit and all that stuff.
Right.
So I learned everything from her. And she says the same thing as, like I say, if you watch your fish, they will tell you if there's something wrong. And like she said, do water change.
If do water changes and check your temperature.
Yep. I
People,
can pretty much I can tell you every single temperature of each tank in my fish room right now.
now see, I couldn't just because I've recently redone all my tanks I'm still trying to dial in the heaters.
But I know my fish room though because I want a warm heater. I don't want separate heaters.
Oh, I wish I didn't.
That's like my 30 gallon next to the 55 there. It's sitting at 73 degrees. The 55 next to it sitting at 78. The other 55 sitting at 78. The 230s are sitting at 75. The top rack of the 10s, the first three tanks sitting at 76. The last tank is at 78. The bottom three tanks are sitting between 76 and 77. The stock tank sitting at 73 degrees.
I
I
think
don't.
Jen tends to go a little warmer.
Well, yeah, and I need to go through, and now that I'm done rearranging fish and fish that are in them, I need to dial it back in for the specific fish that are in the tank again. Because I have some tanks that are shrimp tanks, I have some tanks that have the golden mystery snails in them. I've got other tanks that are puppy tanks. I've got killifish tanks. I've got crevensis tank. I've got a community tank. I've got 6 veta tanks.
Oh my God.
So yeah, well, and a lot of them are new fish that I just got in the last month. You know, guppies.
The killies and the
Just sent me the golden mystery snails. I wasn't expecting them.
Yeah.
So you know, that's a new experience. The killifish I've been watching for a long time. Finally decided, okay, it's time to get the same with the crevensis. We've been doing the Vetas for a little while, so that's pretty easy. I'm actually, to make I'm not even bother trying to heat their tanks. I've got them in 3.5 gallon tanks at the moment, and I keep my house really warm, so I don't really need to keep those things on.
I can tell you the temps in the fish room right now without going to the basement. It's 83 degrees down there.
wow.
I got minus 72 degrees.
As you can tell, I'm standing there at 125.
But he'll put his hands in the tank sometimes. They'll say, "Oh, that feels cold," and it's like, yeah, we're 98.6 degrees. We don't want our fish warm.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize, you know, just because it says top of the fish tank doesn't mean it's supposed to be warmer than you.
Yeah.
Oh, Griffin doesn't have enough time on his hands.
Not really. Not really. Between working 50 plus hours a week, taking care of a 4-year-old kid by myself, taking care of a fisherman, chickens.
Boy.
Yeah. But I got to admit though, that little dude there here, every time I open that door for the basement, he's right there. Let's go.
Yeah. That's got to be so much fun to have somebody to share it with.
He goes down there with me and he has me do water changes, which I don't let him do much right now. And then help me feed them and everything else.
Oh, that's great.
It's actually pretty quiet now, JRV. He's actually passed out.
Okay, Griff. So
Show us, Grim.
I have all of these in here, and they're very pale. But I was wondering whether I should call them or leave them in the tank.
I would put them in a separate tank, see how they do.
Okay, but you put them in a separate tank, not put them in a tank.
Because if they breed with the good ones, then you could run your line. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're pretty pale.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I don't know. Like,
They could be just coals. They could be just they're losing their color.
and that's what
Because
I'm wondering.
if you don't watch the shrimp, they're gonna convert back to the wild type.
Yeah. Well, and I just got these. Man, I got them a little while ago, not too long ago.
How long you
Yeah.
had them for?
And like 3 months.
Yeah, they should have. If it was from shipping, they should have colored up by now.
Okay.
What
Thanks,
have you
Jen.
been feeding them, Kevin?
Sorry.
Yeah, why have you
What?
been feeding them?
Factor AE and shrimp baby, shrimp baby from
Shrimp King?
Glass Garden.
That's
You might
good.
want to try feeding them some blank and something that has paprika in it.
Has what?
Paprika.
Okay.
Yeah. I feed my shrimp same thing as I feed my fish, tropical flakes.
Okay.
And I don't have no problems with mine, but that's why I'm gonna add calcium to my tank. So they get their calcium too.
Yeah, I was having the same problem with some of my oranges. They just don't really seem to get that colorful.
Yeah. Plus a
Wow,
lot of
that's
it
a lot.
depends on your line.
Yeah, but do you really use all of those people? I don't think I test all of those.
I got to test the copper in mine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
most people don't know. Most people don't know, but white clouds are actually allergic to copper.
oh, I did not know the white cloud were.
Yeah, copper kills them. I learned that the hard way.
I knew it would do that to shrimp and snails. I just didn't know what white clouds do.
Yeah, white clouds are sensitive to copper. Hey, Jen,
I think
to
the metals. It's just concentrations.
Hey, I'll talk to y'all later. My phone's at 1%.
Well, thank you for coming up, Griffin.
You're welcome. See y'all later.
See ya.
Take care.
Thanks, Chris.
Go figure. Oh no.
Oh, wow. Okay, Jen, can you allow Geek Boy to have mod access? Is that possible? Just so that he can put in the test scripts? Actually, you know what? I can do this. I will copy it over.
Geek Boy's got mod status.
Sorry, but I see like 3 or 4 of them. But for some reason, the ones that I'm looking at don't have a ton of views.
There you go, Con.
Thank you, Geek Boy. Yeah, I can see that, Griff. What are you up to, Larry?
I'm looking for the 16-in-1.
Ah, he just put it in chat.
Yeah, I see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the one I just found.
Have you, have any of you guys by any chance used potassium permanganate?
I use it on my Pop-Tarts. I sprinkle a little on my Pop-Tarts every night. No, huh? Well, then no. Never used it.
No, I have. Geek Boy's got a thumbs up. Does that mean you have Geek Boy? Or are you responding to the test strips? Potassium pomegranate, isn't that for water conditioning health? I think it's instead of
What was that, Jen?
what is that again? What exactly again?
So potassium permanganate is, you're supposed to be able to use it on, it does stain and you do need to be careful with it. But from what I understand, you're supposed to use it when you first get plants in and after like 2 weeks.
Okay,
You're
it's for
supposed to use it again to
plants
treat
for
plants. Yes,
Yeah,
but
you have to pretend you're not actually going to be putting plants in.
you're supposed to dose that first. And so I was wondering if anybody has used it or knows how to use it, because I was watching who was it? It was Jason from Redfish Bluefish. And how he suggests you use it for quarantining plants, but I just don't know exactly how he uses it, because he also says that you need to have gloves on, and it can be a little bit harsh. So I was just wondering if anybody has used it.
It's very caustic. From what I hear, it can help your plants. You don't want to use any delicate plants in it. And I've also heard that what you're supposed to do is dip it in the mixture and then rinse it really well and pat it clean and put it in fresh water um, for it to recuperate from the dosing and then redo the dosing again.
And I just don't know, like, how exactly I'm supposed to use it. Because I know it can be very harmful to your hands, so I was
Or
just wondering.
TFM.
What?
Or TFM. Read the manual. Look it up on Google and see what people say on how to use it. That way you learn before you even buy it.
Well, and that's why I'm asking, because people use it for other things, but I don't really see much on how to use it when it comes to treating aquarium plants. That's my question.
Okay, the feed's been over 2 hours. I am feeding.
Yes, as I took another 15 minutes and we'll call it.
What
Cool.
was that?
15 more minutes.
Yep, sounds good to me.
I do have a doctor's appointment in 5 hours and 15 minutes.
That is true. I'm gonna set this up for the shrimp. I know it's a little bit big, but you haven't used. Did you end up getting one, Jen?
No,
Not yet, right?
A breeder box?
Yeah.
We had one.
this is a different kind.
Okay.
This one actually hangs outside the tank.
Oh.
It took me a little bit to figure out how to use it, but I really like it. Especially because I know not everybody gets them, but if you have tanks with a little rim or not much of a rim, like the Aquions, it actually works really well.
Ah.
And I can have like 9 different guppies and stuff on them, or in it. So it, for me, I really like it.
Okay. Have you used it before, or is this your first time?
I've used it before. I've used it many times. I have 3 of them. Well,
Oh, okay.
technically 2. I have 3, but I only really have parts for 2.
Cool.
Why, what parts are you missing on the third?
So I have this piece and I have this piece, but the 2 stabilizers and the 2 here, I don't have.
Well,
And these 2 are pretty important.
Do you know anybody with a 3D printer?
What?
Do you know anyone with a 3D printer?
I don't. Because if I knew somebody who had a 3D printer, I would ask Blake for the how he made the CPD breeding setup,
Ah,
and I'd get that from him.
I was just thinking you could have the parts for you, and
Yeah, I like this a lot, and so I like using them. But I just wish I had those other pieces for that. I have one more. I have the intake tube in the container, which is the most important part, but it has
have
to
you
sit flat or it'll start leaking.
have you looked to see if there are replacement parts for sale?
Um, no, but I don't think they have them.
I would check. You never know.
Yeah, I will.
Things that commonly break, and it'd be somebody who has a 3D printer that has made replacement parts for it.
Yeah, you've got a point. I should try. I should look around. I haven't. I need to. It doesn't.
Especially if you like
I mean,
it.
it's not. It doesn't seem like it's just a plastic box. It doesn't seem like it would be all that expensive. But hey,
Yeah.
and the
It's a
kicker
type of
was,
plastic, and
and
it's
the well, no, because the kicker was, I got my Aquarium tanks a month after they had a sale, and it was like $5 for $5 or $6 for these things. And I had one sitting in my room for like a year, but I couldn't use it because I didn't have a tank with little rim. Huh?
oh, I didn't
Thanks,
know
Geek
that.
Boy.
That's good to know.
I'm surprised public libraries have them.
I am too. Shouldn't be considering that they probably sell plans, do all sorts of things that that they would have in stock on shelves right now as research material.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, now I need an air pump.
Now, I need to get to our fish place and get those fish back so I can stop using their.
What was that, Jen?
We need to get to our store and get rid of these fish that I'm taking back so I can stop using their pump.
I'm trying to just need to continue.
I don't know. I'm always a little bit paranoid, so I always have backups on backups and on backups. Like all hacker maker spaces have. Oh, interesting. Thanks, Geek Boy. I will check that out.
Yeah, one of the things that Larry and I do was finder games, and we went to one of the back websites a couple months ago uh, for getting 3D hardscapes done. Should be getting those anytime soon too.
Good night, Geek Boy.
Yeah, gotta go fast for a few days, huh? Well, hopefully that works out for you. I always plan to do that and it never happens.
Life
Yeah, I
gets in the
crashed
way.
yesterday. Poof.
Yeah, life and other things. just can't make myself crash.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, but I do get that.
Yeah, we'll be tying it up in about 7 minutes here.
Okay, where did I put it? Of course, when I need things, they're not here.
What are you looking for?
Oh, they're outside, and I don't really want to go out there right now. I know where they are. I just don't want to go out there.
What is the?
What?
I said, what is it that you're looking for? What is they?
Oh, well, I wanted another air pump, which I think is outside, and I was also gonna go, or I also want to go get wall charger for the air pump, but
Ah,
I don't want to go outside right now.
yeah, that's what we need to do is look into what batteries we need for the backup that I have.
Wait, what do
And
you have?
I have battery systems for the air pumps.
Oh,
And to check and see what kind of batteries they take and something to check and keep a charge that way.
well, the hard part for me is I'm always worried I'm not going to be around when it happens. So I spend way more money than I need on air pumps and stuff, just so that I have
Yeah.
a battery backup.
The way I see it, I have had my tanks so at one point for 5 days without having power because of a snowstorm. And
Yeah.
all I did is I took time to do water changes, and my ex and I took turns every hour, just skimming the top of the water and moving the water around to make surface agitation. And we didn't lose any fish.
For you.
So, I really don't think, unless you have some maybe discus or something like that, that you really need to worry about it unless you're going to be long for an extended period of time. Um, you shouldn't really be that worried about it.
And I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, my things would be okay. But I just want to make sure that that never happens.
And remember, you don't need one for every tank. You can actually move it from tank to tank.
Um, kind of, but not with the one that I have. So the ones that I've been getting actually have like battery on it, so that I don't have to even touch it. It just automatically goes. When the battery goes out, it automatically just turns on. Where is one?
Okay, wait a minute. What's going on and off
What?
and when?
So when the power
I don't
goes
think-
off, the what?
Go ahead.
What then?
So when the power goes off, it turns on. So it's charging all the time, and the battery is just going. And then when the power goes
Right.
off, when the battery kicks in, and it's supposed to last like a day or two at least.
Yeah, I didn't get that type. I got just a basic battery powered one that if
Yeah,
in an emergency she can just plug in and just turn it on.
well, we have the battery backup power supply thing that lasts for about a half an hour.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
full
kind of like this.
power better backup. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have it right now because they're all plugged in, but it's kind of like a power brick where it has a USB on this side and it's plugged in. It's just plugged into the outlet, the wall, and there's instead of it being USB Type A plug, it's just for air. It's just the air pump.
Yeah, those are good. Again, I didn't get her that. I just got her something that in an emergency while we're home we can quickly throw it on.
And I'm not always home, and I don't always want to have to worry about that. So I figure it's better. It gives me a little bit more time if
Yeah.
I need to get back to the tanks, and I'm not around. It gives me a little bit of extra time, especially since we do travel a decent amount.
But then again, you're how old and you only have the power go out once?
Yeah,
That you can remember?
sure, Jen, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it,
Right.
especially with the amount and the cost of the fish and the shrimp that I have.
Oh, it makes
I
sense.
can understand.
Especially since I think it's only $20 for one of them. For that white
It runs how many?
Four. 4 outlets.
Cool.
It's like $20. Maybe 30.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
But it just plugs in, it's always charging, so I figured it's a good investment. It's $20, $20 or $30.
Yeah, I've thought about getting a more powerful air pump, so I only have to have one. But then the more powerful and bigger it is, um, the noise.
So this is the wire, and it just
Okay.
plugs in. It plugs into here on the back of the air pump, and there's a USB Type A. You plug that into one of
A
those
brick, a power brick. Yeah. The
power
plug-in.
bricks, and then it has, so you turn it on, and it will go, and so it's always charged, except when the power goes off, which then it the battery actually kicks in and it powers 4.
Cool.
So I thought that especially if I have so many tanks, it would be a good investment. So like right now it's not plugged in, but it's on. And there's not as much airflow as it would if it was actually charging, but at least I have it.
That makes sense.
And I don't have to be around if something does happen.
Right now,
So
the ones
it's for
we
me,
have,
peace of
you have to
mind.
be around.
Well, I hate to cut the conversation short. We can pick this up again tomorrow. I have a
Thank
doctor's,
you, Jen.
so I need to get going. But thank you
Thank you,
for
Jen.
joining. Thank you. And thank you to Stephanie, Geek Boy, and Griffin, and
Everybody else that was, and all the
Freaky
lurkers,
Fish Lady,
all the
that came
lurkers.
by.
DRP, Shannon.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
And we'll see you again tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night. Thanks, everyone.
Have a good night. Did they leave yet? Can we talk about them?